button to go live. Yeah. Hello. We are playing a game of Outscored, a live-action online game, LAOG, which was awarded with a Golden Cobra recently, a game award for LARPs. And I'm very happy that LAOG, live-action online game, was a category, and even more happy that the game I handed in, Outscored, won the category. And if you want to learn more about LAOGs, there is on nordiclarp.org, there is a manifesto about LAOGs, and you can also find a list of games I designed, for example, part of them in this article, and other parts on my homepage, for example. There's some more stuff to read about this. I'm very happy to have a couple of players from the Gauntlet, because this game was organized through the Gauntlet calendar, which is an online calendar for online gaming. And so I'm very happy to greet you all. And we have a special guest, which I recently got to know in Berlin at It's Full of LARPs, the best LARP gatherings in Germany, I would say. And we played wonderful games there. My name is Gerrit, not Jor, although the name here says so. And my pronouns are he, him, and I will facilitate this game. Sabine, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Sabine. I've been playing around with the brightness of my screen, and I'm this is a bit better. I've been playing on the Gauntlet for nearly 2 years now. I was introduced to it, I think, by at least some part and by Gerrit, and we've been playing some games ever since. And I know Pearl and I know Donna, but I have not had the pleasure to play with Vanya yet, and I'm very excited to do that.
Happy to have you. Also good to have you, Pearl, from wherever you are. Do you want to introduce yourself, Pearl?
Can you hear us, Pearl?
Pearl?
Hello? Hello?
I'm in Berlin. I'm Pearl. I use she and her pronouns. Coming to you from a hostel. I am introducing myself. Can you not hear me?
Yep. We could hear you.
Oh God, I hate StreamYard so much. I can hear you. You can't hear me.
We can hear you.
I think we have severe lag here.
You can? Okay.
Yes.
We have lag.
We have a lot of lag, it seems, yes, with you.
Okay. At the point at which you asked if I wanted to introduce myself, I was already doing it, so I assumed that nobody could hear, but maybe it's just that big a lag. I'm going to go with that.
4 seconds lag or something, yeah, at least.
Delightful. Anyway, I'm Pearl. I use she and her pronouns. I am in a hostel in Berlin that advertised good Wi-Fi and was lying. And that's pretty much all you need to know about me at the moment, I imagine.
Thank you very much. Donno, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Donna. I use he, him pronouns. I am based in Ireland, in Dublin, unlike everyone else tonight. So yeah, this is my first live action online game, so excited to see it in action.
Very happy to have you. And finally, Vanya, good to have you too. You are in the dark.
Yes, my screen just went off. And now I'm right back. Yes, I'm Vanya. I'm in Hanover right now. I'm also playing my first online LARP. I'm very excited to do that. Yeah, and I don't really know what to expect. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yes, and we already discussed that we will use the X card either visually or better verbally, and just say that you want to X card something. And then we will remove that content. If you want to explain why you remove it, that is totally all right. If you prefer not to explain yourself why you remove content, that's equally well. If it causes confusion If we don't know how to react on the use of the X card, then we will interrupt the game for a moment. That's also totally okay. And use any means of what is good for you to have a comfortable game session and something you have joy in this game, because people are more important than a game. Also, the door is always open if this game is not your taste. If you figure out that your internet connection is too bad and you just feel too frustrated, then you can also go away anytime and also return anytime. And we will somehow integrate that into the game. It's live action in that as soon as we start the actual play, we won't have breaks anymore, but the game is short. So it's 60 minutes actual playing time. And so before we start the actual play time, we will have a short break so everybody can take a toilet break or get something to drink. For the 60 minutes, we won't have a break. Only if somebody says, I need one, then we can do that anytime. Okay. So let's move to the instructions. And there's a tab in our sheet which says instructions. And there I already defined that I'm player 1 in this game, which means that I do some facilitator stuff in this game. This is time tracking, and I also move the gathering counter up whenever a gathering is over and we have a new gathering. I have volunteered for moderating the debrief. If somebody wants to override that, you can do that and put your own name in there, and we check that at the end. There's a description how to do the debrief at the end of the rules. There is a box in the spreadsheet where you can enter content you prefer to be excluded in the game. For example, we have already sexual violence and coercion excluded. If you are on a device where it's difficult to type, you can also just tell us and we will add that to the box. The story we will tell each other is about a group of friends who want to leave a place and go to university together. So it's a story about dreams and about friendship. But it's also, and I put this in the content notes of the game, it's about an oppressive regime and possibly about betrayal of friends, losing hope, being judged. And there might be reference to violence against citizens from the government, but there's no explicit violence because there's a coercion center and people might be sent there. We might talk about what happens there. So there's an indirect talk about possibly something like torture. But I don't think it will go into details, and it's based in a setting where friends are supporting each other. So if anything like that is something you would still like to have excluded, that's good. I see some new additions there. Parental death is excluded and suffering. Acute grief is excluded. And so let's try to keep these elements out of the game. We already decided that the meeting length is 1 hour. 10 minutes, sorry. So the total game length is 1 hour. We planned to have 2 hours together. I think we can still make it in this 2 hours if we take 10 minutes per scene. If you prefer a shorter game because of the time already a little bit later than expected, then we could go down to a meeting length of 5 minutes. But then we have less time to discuss in characters. Then the game is much shorter. Are you okay with 10 minutes, or are there objections? We could suggest 7 minutes or stuff like that, but that's much harder to time track because I will just look at my watch. 7, 14, 21, 28 would work as well, but yeah. Good. Then let me read to you the story. In a dystopian future, your social score, your sound, decides about your opportunities in life, your destiny. You and your friends apply for university. There's a perfect course exactly on the subject you have all been excited about for years and which bonds you together. So we share a hobby or a passion and know we could do that for our life. And it's a way out of the depressive region town you are living in. Beside a good application, all it needs to be accepted is a proper citizen score. When talking about this score, it's often referred to as how sound you are. So this is a credit score, as it is in some regions in the world currently tested. And for something like a credit, already applied everywhere in the world. So if you want to have a credit, you go to your bank and they will score you on things like your marital status, your past credit behavior, defaults, etc., and so forth. But this score goes for behavior. So if you have trespassed traffic lights and being drunk in public or whatever. So the general score level of your region is currently deteriorating, and some of you might miss the mark. So what this system does is, if in a region there happens more than average crime, all citizens are punished because it seems they can't keep their quarter clean. However, you can support each other by upvoting. Just like on social media, there's a chance to say, this is a good citizen, indeed. They have helped me. So you give them an upvote. Then the score of the other person increases. Unfortunately, there are not enough votes to push everybody over the mark to apply for university. However, you can also downvote people if they behave badly. That gives you additional upvotes. So you have 2 upvotes for free. If you want to give somebody a third upvote, or any person another upvote, you need to downvote somebody else. You can also down and upvote the same person, but that would equal each other out, so that doesn't make so much sense. So some of you will be outscored and miss a proper score. Or worse, if your score goes to 0, you will be sent to correction center and to be made sound again. That is the setting. A future which maybe is not so far in the future for some countries, and maybe something waiting for us everywhere. Who knows? Let's not be too dystopian, but let's keep this in mind. So we will do setting and character creation, and then do a 5 minutes break. Then we do a video diary format. Video diary, who hasn't done live action online games yet, is a quite nice format for character introduction in character. So if I would do one, for example, I would say, if I'm Joa, for example, I say, wow, what a day. I met my mother this morning and she was arguing with me all day long. I'm so happy to be out and to meet my friends. Brought my cap with me, and I'm really happy to have it because I got it from my brother, who's already studying at the university. He's telling me amazing stuff there. So this is a video diary. Everybody else is off screen with their camera off and microphone off while you're doing that, and it can be quite intense. Just go on talking as long as you want. When you're done, switch off, and the next player continues with their video diary. And this is how we can learn something about your character. You could express your fears or your hopes for the upcoming gathering. This is how we go. And from that video diary on, when the last person is done, we have 5 gatherings. And that means that we as friends meet together and discuss what we can do to apply for university. Each gathering has a theme which will be present on your character sheet. So, for example, when you go to your character sheet, and I think I'm player 1, and Vanya is player 2, and Pearl is player 3, Donna is player 4, and Sabina is player 5. So there you can already see that the first gathering topic is everybody is excited about the course, help each other with the application. How would your life change if you could escape this place together? Yeah, and you see I'm turned dark because currently my score is 0. That should change soon. Yeah, soon as I'm entering my details. Yeah. Why somebody score is 0? Wait a second. Why is
I
the
think
score 0?
because we already voted you out, so we could all go to university. We like you, but not that much.
Possibly, yeah. Okay, yeah. I see. For player 3, at least the score is already is correct. Control D6. Okay, but for some reason, the score in player 2 and player 1 have been overwritten by a flat score. I need to correct that, and that takes a tiny moment, but not too long.
Well, I corrected it myself already.
With the formula?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just type the 7, so.
No, this is a formula, so I need to type in this. So the formula is updating this. So there should be something like Control D6 should be the content of the formula, of the cell. And then it shows a 7. I will just check if it's a score for everybody, if it's a formula for everybody, and it is. Yes, it is. Cool. Yeah, don't type anything in there because the formula is correcting your score automatically. Cool. Okay, let's go back to setting creation. So the setting, we can decide about the name of the region. And I would say, Sabine, do you want to pick a name for us?
Sure, I can do that. I want to pick the name. Oh, I like that one. Hexany. I like that. I don't know why, but I do. So we're in Hexany.
Hexany. And Vanya, do you want to choose a reason for the score deterioration?
Yes. There's quite a lot of stuff. It may take some time to read. Oh, I really like undesired political activism. Let's have this one.
That's close to home. To some degree, yeah. And Pearl, do you want to choose the shared passion we have among the characters?
Sure. How about literature?
Nice. Yes. Do you type that in, or shall we do that? Donna, do you want to choose the university course name?
I think maybe society and literature, right?
Yes.
Could be interesting.
Indeed, yeah. And then I'm picking the rumor, what is happening at Correction Center, and I think I want to go for brainwashing. Okay, so when your score in this game reaches 0, you're not lost immediately. Your friends can still help you to push you on at least 1. But if a meeting is over, a gathering is over, and you're still on 0, then you are out, then you will be drawn to Correction Center and you're gone for the rest of the game. So don't fall to 0 too soon. Don't let each other down. When you are done, you can still up and down vote, but pretend to be a government agent and who is like an artificial intelligence, maybe listening and reading your emails. And so you can then completely objectively up and down vote people based on the undesired political activism and good behavior towards neighbors and so on stuff. So that is the idea. Okay, let's move over to character creation. So we have already picked character names except for me, and I will be Gaidar. And then you pick a role, and if that doesn't say anything properly, but it will show and give you a secret mission in the game, a secret personality trait, which you don't share with the others. If possible, we should keep them distinguished, so everybody should have just one. I take Fook.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I went to type in a name for myself, and it's giving me a formula, and I'm afraid to delete any formulas. So, like in the box under name, I assume that's where I'm supposed to type my name.
Yeah,
like a character name.
Yeah, but I don't see a formula there, so you should just be able to type something in there.
And I've got a question about language. Reprise means.
I mean, I can delete the formula that's showing up for me. I just didn't want to mess something up. It says equals '2 in brackets.
Are you in cell D5? Because I don't see a formula there. You can type name in here.
Who are you asking?
You, Pearl.
D5? Nope.
Yeah.
For me, D. Well,
currently it says D5 says name.
I don't know if mine's laid out weird because it's on a tablet, or to me the name is like A8. It looks like.
No, A8 is a formula. So A8 is my interest in our shared session.
A7 says name, and then there's an empty box underneath, which on other people's player tabs seems to have a character name in it.
Yeah, but something is weird because there is this tiny little orange thingy next to the name which says invalid input must fall within specified range. So.
But that is the case because it's a drop-down menu, and you so it's a name different from the drop-down list. Yeah, but it shouldn't be in column A.
I can try to send you I'm just gonna hold this up and you can see it. Because that makes more sense. So here's what's on my screen.
Oh, you're not. You're on your player sheet. We are on a different. We are on the characters creation tab. Here we go. We are here. Yeah, we are on this tab, on the characters creation tab. Reprise is some musical theory.
I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but what's being described. Yeah. Oh, I apologize. Okay. That was the problem. My apologies. Yes, I found it now. I just didn't. I mistook what was.
And you can also pick like my score issue. What's not so sound with you?
That's something I pick myself.
Yeah, and you can. We can pick the same, so people don't have to. And Vanya, about your question about reprise, that is something from musical theory, but I'm not good in musical theory, especially not in English. So
I already typed it into the dictionary.
That is helpful.
And I know it from musicals. I was just wondering it was.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice.
It translates into your secret role. Yeah. And we can also pick like your personal interest in our shared passion. So the thing with your score issue is these are all things which the score system doesn't like. And this is a matter of role-playing. You can bring that into your character play. So you have like an idea where you could like misbehave in terms of your score. And if you can bring that in at least once per scene we have together, and then it's all good. And if you don't bring it in, that's fine either. It's just a story prompt for your character. So you get an idea how to play your character. Okay. And we can have a look together at this sheet for a moment. And but we will, as we said, we will do character introduction in this video diary format after we start playing the game. But I see that we have people who want to liberate literature, others want to feel good through literature or deconstruct literature, and then also somebody wants to explore literature.
Sure.
And we have self-indulgent people, political people, loudmouths, irresponsible people, and impolite people. It's all not good for our score, but our friendship will resist. So when you now move to your character tab, some of these information are also visible there. I will stop the screen share now. Because in your character tab, you should now see your role description. And if you see something which doesn't go for your character well, and then just change the role you picked. So this is something like a secret ambition, or how far you would go for your personal aims. And you can interpret it as much as you want. And this is also just another story prompt. So I'm still...
Can you say that again, because I could not understand.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So when you look at role, that is in row 14, there your role description can be found. And that's more of a story prompt. If it doesn't work for your character, just ignore it.
Okay.
And your score issue and your interests are there as well, as is your name. And you see also the name of the others on the bottom, and where you can vote for your friends. Now I can give you a little test. I could downvote Vanya a little bit. And,
no. Hey.
And Vanya is... I need to remember the names.
Oh, I'm Danzo. I'm Taiko, right?
You're Taiko, yes. I identified you. And now I downvoted you, and you can see the color has changed.
I can't go to university right now. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And you could see that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It takes a moment. So the color codes is, if you are still visible white, then you're role model citizen. Blue is acceptable, green is questionable, pink is challenged, and black means correction center. Yes, the color coding sounds racist, and it is, because I think the system which we will one day see will have racist elements, unfortunately. This is where we start. That is, I think, all we need to know. As we could see, for some people, the colors were not so visible, but that doesn't matter. It's just part of the game that we can't so clearly see what is going on with them. What we will see is if somebody's score has fallen below the level where they can go to university, then it says no university. And if somebody is sent to correction center, we will see that. Yeah, we can talk about the score. It's open to the public, but we would not like express our current score as a score, but just talk about it in colors or indirectly. But we will see how that works out in the game. Do you feel comfortable that we soon enter the game? Are there questions? Shall we have a look at the setting together again?
Sure.
It's a near future setting. So if you want to have devices which are not around that is fine. Otherwise, it shouldn't matter too much. but we are these friends totally into literature, and we go to university to study society and literature together. Hopefully all of us. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think we are good, yes. Somebody is typing. I can hear that.
Sorry.
We should take our break now, and I would say if it's okay for you, then we go for 5 minutes, and we meet 5 past. Yeah. Okay. See you then. I start with the video diary then directly, but log in with your camera on again so I see that everybody is there before we start.
Hey, Gerrit, I'm sorry, I have to drop this. I can't sit in the dark and watch my screen. My eyes don't like that at all.
Oh.
I just noticed when I turned on the light and I was like, oh my God, this is so much better.
This is so much better. Just keep it on. Keep the light on then. That's
no,
fine.
but you want to see that would take away from the whole concept of the game. I don't want to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm very
fine.
sorry. I'm very sorry, but I don't think I can do it with the lights off, and I don't want to, you know. Ich will euch nicht stören mit dem Helllicht.
Ja, kein Problem.
Sorry.
Ja, kein Problem.
Yeah. Okay. So Donna, sorry. It's nice seeing you again, and say hello to everybody else, and have a great time. I'm very sorry. Bye bye.
No worries. Bye bye. There we are. So, we still have a minute. Hi, Vanya. Hi, Pearl. And I see you, and it's dark.
Huh? We're only 4 people?
Yes, Sabine has issues with her vision in the dark, and is struggling with the screen brightness only on her eyes. So
okay.
she says I offered her to play in the bright light, like with her light on, but she doesn't want to interfere in the vision.
Okay,
yeah.
that's okay. I see at the
Yeah.
chat. Okay, well.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so I think we are all back, and I would do the video introduction then. Is that okay for you? You feel ready? Cool. Okay.
We can't hear you.
Oh, hi. My name is Gaida. Some people say that I'm a little bit direct. I think I am sometimes. But I have friends, and these friends, they understand me. And there's Taiko, for example, and we have Danzo. And yeah, that is there are people who are just like me here, and they're not so many. And I think I really don't want to stay in this place if they go. So we have to make it together. We have to get to university. There's this course, and I want to go. I will be there. And yeah, it's like the place where I currently live is like a place with 10 kids of my age. We all grew up together, and now it's time to move on anyway, and they want to send me to this factory and work at this factory, and they say it's very interesting because you do something different every day. But for me, it's just like one machine after another. That's really not a place where I want to spend the rest of my life. So yeah, literature. Going to university and study literature and reading all the books together with my friends. That would be so good. Yeah, let's see what the others say about this university course. My name is Gaida, and I'm checking off now. And
Test. Okay, there we go. I actually hate this introduction stuff, so I may just talk about what I experienced today. My name is Taiko. I'm at home currently at my small flat, which I'm happy not to show you guys because it's a mess. And well, I was just still thinking about what happened to me recently, just before I came back home. Because well, I was reading this book that Gaida handed me, this short dollar novel. I was just crossing the street, not having a look at anything, just as usual, when this guy stopped in front of me and started yelling immediately. And well, I was in shock, of course, and I started yelling back at first, and then I I don't know, I kind of started talking to him, but it escalated very fast, and there was people watching, and you have to understand that. Well, yes, of course, that was very uncautious by me to just cross this road, but I don't think there was any need to shout or to be say it to be that mean, because he said words to me that I wouldn't want to repeat right now. And now what I just can't understand is that it was actually me who got downvoted by several people around. Well, that's what I suspect what they did. And yeah, well, I still don't know what I have what I should have done else about this situation. And we always have that the people who take up so much room, that they get upvoted, and me who just is confused and doesn't know what to say in this very moment. Yeah, well, I'm the one who's fucked.
Hello, I'm Danso. I live in Hexany, but it honestly doesn't really matter because, as I'm sure you all know, whether anyone's saying it or not, we live in a society. But it's about time to get ready to hopefully go to university. And well, everyone knows how the scores work, but well, my friends and I really love literature, and I go back and read from all the way back to things like Gilgamesh, that were written really early on, and I see, so much variety in the human experience. I mean, let's talk about Gilgamesh, right? Gilgamesh and Enkidu, sort of this arrogant king and this wild man, and the way that they together made a team that was better than either one of them would have been as single men, right? So this homogenizing force of the score, to me, it defies what makes us human. Like, why can't we all go to the university? This may sound a little outspoken, I know, I get a little bit of a reputation for being a loudmouth, but it's just because I want equity for everybody, and I want everybody to be who they are. I want to be who I am. I have my friends, Gaida and Taiko and Symbol, and all of us have been studying literature and feeling so passionately about it in all these different ways. And to think that like one of us would go, I mean, I wouldn't want to go without the others. So I don't know. Well, we live in a society.
Morning, everyone. This is my daily diary for Monday. And yeah, I had an interesting weekend. I was brought in for a calibration questionnaire, which sounds very boring, but not so much. I think I noticed a problem with the scoring mechanism, but well, hey, enough about that. I'm supposed to be studying literature, but it seems to take all the joy out of it, Gaida and Danso are so enthusiastic about everything that we can learn about ourselves and the world, but can we just not enjoy it? I mean, and maybe I'm happy to study it for that, but hey, we'll see. I guess they're enthusiastic about everyone going, and that would be great, but I don't know if that's the way the world works. So yeah, I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Oh, seems I'm first. I hope the others come in soon.
Hey, Gaida.
Hey, good to see you, Simbo.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Hey, Tycho,
Hey,
are
can
you?
you hear me?
We can hear you, but where are you?
Huh?
Hey, Dancer.
Just wait a second.
Hey.
Oh. Do. Did you get the same?
Get the what? Sorry?
Did you also print the application? I brought one.
Were we supposed to hand in a physical copy?
No, this is just that we can have a look at it together. Huh?
Right.
That's awesome. Thank you.
How was your day?
We all have to go,
Yeah. Dancer, did you finish Gilgamesh?
Oh yeah, I've read it like 3 times, but I found a new translation that I think really speaks even more to the human condition than the other ones I've read, and I just I feel like I could read it again even though I finished it already. So the pathos, of when Enkidu passes and how that affects Gilgamesh and his growth as a person. I feel like all of us could learn from it. You've all read it, right?
Yeah, I felt like it was more of a fictional work to entertain people,
But I think it has a political undertone.
I mean, it's ancient literature, right? So we can't know exactly, but it certainly, it has to do with the treatment of the people at the top towards the people at the bottom, and empathy and all kinds of things. So it's political, it's humanist. I'll get you all copies. Next time we hang out, I'll just bring you all copies of this new translation. You've got to read it.
Symbols. You look skeptic.
I mean, listen, Gilgamesh is, he's pretty much this god king, right? He does this cool stuff and he is bound to be the ruler, and that seems like I don't really see too much unless you're talking about being revolutionary that we want to learn from this tale. But you disagree with me, Danso.
Well, yeah, because he's destined to be this god king, but he's actually a jerk as long as he's just the god king, right? It's the wildness factor.
Yeah, but he's a jerk because he is the god king. He can do whatever he wants. That's what the whole thing is about.
Exactly. I feel like we're all agreeing, but talking around the point differently. It's when you're only a god king and you see everyone else is below you, right? There's stratification to a degree that he can't even imagine the effects he would have on other people. But when this wild man who would be at the bottom rungs of society comes and they become best friends, right? They have to grapple and fight, but eventually they realize that in their own ways they're matched, just with different skill sets. And then they become best friends, and both of them become better men because of it. That's what we're supposed to get from Gilgamesh, or at least from the first half.
Oh my God!
You have to bring in that
feel
force.
I feel like we read different books, but well, I think maybe that's what it's about. That
but Tycho,
whatever.
Look at what Danso is doing. Danso is already exactly on the mindset we need for this university course. we need to finish this application. We need to write a good application. And I think what Dancer was describing is exactly what they want. We don't have to follow their words, but yeah.
But they don't want people to be calling the anointed rulers of the world jerks, right?
Yeah,
Well,
and he's not a jerk in that sense. I mean, as we said, he is a god king, and that's what being a god king is about. He is superior. And
I mean, he becomes more
rules...
so through the influence of other people. It doesn't mean that he didn't always have the potential to be great.
Yeah,
he's not inherently a jerk. He just
as soon as he becomes the ruler, he becomes a jerk.
There is some truth in that,
I guess.
But he stays the ruler after he's not a jerk anymore. You know,
or does he become better at concealing his nature?
Going to university, we can be on Kidu.
Oh my God, we have a lot to learn, I think. But let's.
You are so pessimistic, Symbol. We're here to be excited about university together. Come on.
I am, but like if you write in your application, why you're excited about Gilgamesh and you put that in it, you will not get in. Makes sense?
I think we should focus on the application. Come on, we all have to make it. It's like it's our mission now.
I didn't even say a thing.
What's going on with you?
But you find ways to word things.
Tycho.
I mean, we're among friends.
But Tycho, your score has gone down.
Yeah, right. I didn't even say a thing. I was just waiting to be allowed to talk again because people would be interrupting me. Sorry for that, but we had that. So here we go again.
But is it that you still have trouble with these friends, this other group you're hanging out with? Maybe you should be more friendly to them.
I should see. I should be more friend. What I did was just trying to get along and to I don't know, fuse into the group. It's just I feel like I don't know the rules again or what.
I support you.
Yeah, thanks. Well, okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, we should all support each other. I think I think we don't need to hand in the primary school degrees. The grades from primary school, they're not relevant for university anymore, right? I will
hand in mine.
Were they so good?
Well, they were kind of good, I guess. The best grades I had, so I thought I'd hand them in. What I really like what you said, Guido, was that you said that we should probably write what they would like us to write, maybe in a way that it doesn't feel like we wrote what they wanted to read to them. Yeah. And I don't believe that this is this political stuff you were talking about, to be honest.
I think Dancer's on a good path. Dancer, you have been the smartest of us anyway the whole time. You must know what to do. What do they want to see? The real story or fake?
I mean, what are the scores really, but like other people's perceptions and not our own realities. But I mean, I think what Symbol was saying makes sense, right? We don't want to make them feel like we think they're jerks, right? It's more about like, what can we bring as we rise to the top to make what the top is better, right? Like we are the Enkidus, I guess, of the story. So can we write in our applications how we will improve society without criticizing it necessarily?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if that's
what makes sense to
me. Too convincing. I mean, look at the average score of our region.
Let's not be too pessimistic. Things can still improve.
Now, and what if I don't know, only Danso gets accepted into university? What if it's 3 of us and 1 gets left out? What then?
Don't be so worried.
Well, I'm just being realistic here, and
that's why we have to help each other.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys are very euphoric about this, and we'll need a plan B probably, and they probably know if we talk to each other and all write the same thing in our application. So, and also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but time is running out. So,
yeah, it is. Time is running out.
Sorry for being the pessimistic again.
Okay.
Yeah, and there we go.
Let's all. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry to see that. Symbol, are you okay? Do you need any help from us?
No, I mean, I think Tycho has a point, right? You know, he got downvoted
we have these
in the
meetings to get
street
together
for
and figure
having.
it out.
Yeah, but other people's perceptions of us is more important than what you'd call reality, Dancer, right now, where this application is concerned. And maybe we need to be a bit smarter. You know, we need to be a little devious, like Enkidu, right?
Yeah. All right. Time is over. Let's meet next week again. Let's work on our scores. Be friendly to your neighbors. All right.
You should totally read that book I sent you, please. Everyone.
Which one?
Huh?
Which book?
That one about the ice bears.
The ice bears. Okay. Gilgamesh and the ice bears.
Yeah.
I have so much on my reading list now.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
In which way?
In which way to read it? Oh. Just in the way, probably in the way you prefer, but because, well, in the end, you'll probably read it in another way than I do anyway. So I'm excited to hear your version of the story.
Okay.
See you guys next time.
Hey,
bye-bye. Ooh. Oh my God. It's getting dark earlier. Is that time of the year, or is it my score?
Maybe it's both. I think it is for me, but that doesn't mean it can't pick up again, at least the latter.
Hello?
Good to see you,
I brought
Dancer.
you all the books. Good to see you guys too. I brought you all the books. Did you bring back the application?
I handed mine in. Okay, cool. Symbol.
I've done my application, but it's like it's so strange reading it back.
I really liked it.
Me.
No, I really liked it actually, and I thought it was probably the best way to write it because it was not about you, and because that's probably not what they want to read.
Is it? Has anybody had a chance to look at mine?
I haven't read it. Tell us about what you wrote.
Yeah, please.
I don't think I got any of yours. Did you all send them to me? That's weird.
Yeah, I dropped it in the folder as usual, but maybe did you cut and paste it to your desktop, Tycho, and of copying? Maybe you're the only one who's read it. I don't know.
I read it, and I especially liked the part how you got in touch with reading at such a young age. I think they really like that.
They will like that, yes.
Yeah. I mean, because even now, I like reading for fun. I know it's kind of stupid because I want to go to university to study literature, but I really don't enjoy dissecting it like it's a dead thing, post-mortem. I like because it's living, right?
Living for thousands of years. It still go on.
Yeah.
And I don't think those things are opposed necessarily, right? Wanting to examine something that's living.
But there's like a difference between knowing that my gut is full of bacteria and wanting to study them. Like, I don't need to understand it to enjoy the fact that it's happening. I don't know. That doesn't.
A lot of this doesn't make sense. Oh my god! I can tell you something. I was telling in my fraternity, like these kids I grew up with, I was telling them that I want to go to this course.
I don't
they were laughing at
true
me.
path to literature.
Can you just leave me alone for a second? Sorry, guys. Wait a second.
Yeah, you will be back. He will be back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Danzo, I interrupted you.
You interrupted me. No, I think you and Danzo were talking over each other.
Yes.
Sorry. That was just
what were you saying about the fraternity? I got a bit.
Yeah. There's a lag, I think, in the connection. So the fraternity, yeah. So they were laughing at me because I was saying that I will go to university. So I will never go because they say that our score here in our region would not allow a single person to go. And I thought, like, maybe that is true. And I was thinking that we need to support, maybe that we just like find like one person and support that person so strongly that at least one of us can do it. But I mean, this is just a plan B. I don't want to kill any hopes here.
I mean, we all know we have a serious problem with these people going on the streets here, and I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but so we should probably try find something that is visible when we do good.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but they can. It is so easily revealed. Oh my god! If my score is deteriorating any further, I won't go.
Yeah, but we won't let that happen.
I mean, I think we all are
Fuck.
good people, right?
Fuck.
And that. No, we won't. And just because it goes down doesn't mean it can't go back up. Gaida. We just keep it together. We're all going to get in together because we're all here to support each other.
Mm-hmm. But are you supporting me?
Yes.
Of course.
Come on, man! I just upvoted you. It's not our fault that people are jerks.
Okay, just saying.
What goes down can come up again, at least in this department. We've got weeks till university, and we're all here meeting every week to support each other. And I intend to go to this university, and I intend to take all of you with me. So we just need to buckle down, focus on the application, be smart about it, and then be good in between the meetings, do good things in society, and we're all going to go and study literature like we've been talking about since we were kids.
Yes, sure, but don't. I hope you're not getting this in the wrong way. But I think supporting each other is also about, well, if Symbol sends his text and we have a whole week to look at it, well, we should probably do that because I know how he must have felt, and we need to get our stuff done. I also had my text uploaded 2 days ago and not a single reaction. So yeah, that's also what it's about, supporting each other.
I must have had a weird blip in my connection because I didn't see any of your. I was really looking forward to reading them because I think we have such different takes and can learn from each other. But I'm really sorry, guys.
Okay. It's
I'm
strange
gonna have to check. Maybe if one of you is good with tech, maybe you can help me check to make sure they're showing up. But Guide, are you all right?
I'm very happy to help. It's just that the server says you read it, so that you saw the post, so there's maybe something wrong. I don't know.
I think the time is over again, and I think I need to do some voluntary work in the streets or something to get my score up again. I think there's no time for literature at the moment. Yeah. All right. Do you feel quitting the meeting? Shall we meet in another week? Is that good for you? Symbol, do you feel okay?
I'll help. Just call me and I'll come out with you, okay?
I'll come over, Danso, and I'll do some tech support for you. But maybe like Tycho said, maybe next week we can just read each other's stuff. Maybe even just one thing. Because I know we're overstretched.
That would be awesome.
See you then. Bye.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going, Tycho?
I've been sick actually the last days, but I feel better now. And
you see well.
I'm gonna take the chance and revive my score. How are you guys doing?
I'm so down.
But Gaida, how come? I mean, didn't you say you would be doing? Well, you would be doing voluntary street work or something like that.
Come on, you know how these things go. You know, you do what you do, and what they finally see in you, that you are just a score improver. Yeah, you just want to look sound, and they don't take it seriously, and you get like this incremental 10% increase or something that doesn't help me at all. Look at this.
Yeah.
What about you, Symbol? You're out of university as well. They put everything on hold.
Listen, maybe we need to rethink our grad plan. You know, coming from Hexenberg, or Hexeny, we're not all gonna make it. I know you say I'm downbeat and pessimistic, but you know, I think maybe we have to put more of our eggs into one basket, or you know, try to push one or two of us to make it to university instead of all failing.
But deterioration center, correction center is
what
waiting.
does that even look like, though?
I just gave you my.
I mean, if we knew how to push up towards getting there, wouldn't we all just be doing it?
And I don't know.
I think, you know, you and Gaida are much better off in university than I am, and I'm, you know, happy to try to make that happen.
Come on.
Simple. That actually sounds like the very opposite.
Where would I be without the insights of all of you?
You'd be doing just fine, Danso. You'd be doing just fine.
I can tell you.
I don't know, without all of you to bounce my ideas off of and hear your contrasting opinions. I mean, you keep me in check, right? My like loudmouth idealism. You all are the balance. We balance each other. That's why we've been friends all these years.
Yeah, but there'll be like different people in university. You're going to meet people who are so much smarter than I am.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know, Symbol.
I'm
Seriously,
so
Maybe it's
that's
not
the exact
about being
May I talk?
smart. Maybe it's
Tycho, don't feel weird. This is how
just
things go.
It's just like I feel like this is like the complete opposite to what we agreed on in the beginning, and I don't think I'm able to choose who's supposed to go or not, and I don't think it's a good idea. But also, I feel like I know I've been working on this so long and so hard, and I don't know if I can stand to get rejected just because of the place I live and the people I hang out with. And I'm just being honest here.
Yeah, thank you for your words, Dan, Tycho. But if it looks like this
There we go.
Symbol, I find it really kind that you want to send Guider or Danzo to, but if you end up in correction, I would never be happy.
Well, I don't want to be in correction. Like, it seems I'm inevitably going to end up. But, I mean, can we just continue living our lives like we can all make it together?
I would do whatever I can to keep you out of correction. Whatever I can.
Okay, you're out of the danger zone, aren't you, Symbol?
Yeah, thanks. But I just don't know what we all expect to happen, because it seems like there's other things pushing us down regardless of what we do.
Yeah. But I like your plan. Let's focus on one person going to university.
That's why we have to fight all the harder to go, right? So that we can.
Because right now it looks like none of us are going.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't.
We need to push somebody.
How have we stuck together this long only to decide to break apart? That's what.
Can you repeat this?
Maybe that's. I mean, maybe it should be none of us or all of us. Maybe we're supposed to stand by our friends.
Danzo, I want to see you go.
I just feel like this
Symbol
is what they
feels
want.
the same, so I'm not gonna stand in your guys' ways. It's just like, but time's probably over, guys.
Yes. So
these
let's meet.
Scores are driving us
let's
apart,
meet next week.
even altruistically.
Yeah, next week. Next week we see each other again, and the score of the whole town will be better. See you then.
Who would I be without your influence?
I'll talk to you next week. Yeah?
All right. Everybody's there? Where's Symbol? Please don't tell me that he... Oh, you're back. Good. I was so afraid that you could be in correction. Good news. Scores are improving slightly. There's a trend.
Are you joking?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah. There's a new police staff coming into town to clean things up. And all the riots in the harbor are over. And that will also bring us all to university.
Yes, right. I see.
Well, it's a long way, but we have one more week.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it next week.
What's going on, Dancer?
Well, I'm not so far from corrections. So, I don't know why, but I've never really understood the system. I like books. I don't know about real life, but I suppose if they send me to corrections, I'll come back and be much more agreeable.
Fuck. Can you guys just help me out here, please?
But
well, Tycho?
Please, I mean, I come on, I can't. I don't remember harming anybody in my entire life. It's just like, what is this about? What is this for? Why, if you can't do anything right, what is this?
Tycho, stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
We just pushed you back, okay?
Yeah, right. I didn't notice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dancer was telling us about themselves something very important, and I think we still have a chance to push somebody over. If the scorers are better next week, we will make it. I mean, I'm also willing to leave here. If you are all giving up your hopes, I will be your representative and liberate this whole fucking society.
if I don't show up to the meeting.
Right.
Okay, things have been better. But just like in the book you gave us, Tycho.
I'm not giving up. I just want to make sure that I let you all know how much you've meant to me if I don't make it. Because I don't know what happens exactly. None of us know exactly what happens in detention, right? But
oh, well,
when you come back, you're different.
You'll get your portion of brainwashing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you probably won't be able to do anything right after that, even with a brainwashed mind, because I don't know if there's any way to do this right, and I don't know if there's any way to get this damn place at the university, but by chance. What is that? I'm so done. None of us took part in the demonstrations. None of us harmed anybody in the last year. Did you?
I made this flyer.
Well, I mean, it's not that none of us took part of the demonstrations, just none of us got caught.
Yeah.
And
Symbol can run very fast, I can tell you.
Others.
Because it was just not helpful to know, right?
Well, I probably would have liked to know. Because if this whole thing would have crushed the whole region, well, I probably would have liked to know that my closest friends were part of this. Now we're all here, so yeah, let's focus on the stuff we got to do.
Which is waiting that the scores improve, because I'm so close to correction.
It's one hit away for me, but if there's anything I can do to help you all, you'll let me know, right?
Well, don't know, leave an upvote.
You must have read Catch 22, right, Danzo?
Yeah, although it's been a while.
Not entirely a fun book, but
I'm starting to think maybe I should 451.
maybe. But it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So maybe the best thing to do is...
Danzo?
What,
Oh, fuck.
Where's Danzo? But
in correction,
we can still bring her back if the meeting is not over yet.
Yes, but I don't have any upvotes.
I can't. What should I do? I need to downvote somebody.
That was terrifying. I thought I was.
Oh. No worries.
I'm gonna try to put a brave face on it, but
no
I feel
worries.
like my brain is all I've got. It's one thing to not go to university, but what if they take it all away? Not just the books, but my memories of you. What are we without who we are and what we've been?
Oh my God, people, don't let me down. Let me down. The meeting is nearly over. We need to quit and I'm gone. Don't let me. Please. The meeting is over.
Is it?
I can't.
Come on.
Please. Oh, okay. Let's quit now. Let's meet next week. It will all be good. No worries. We will see each other. The score is better then. All right. Goodbye.
See you.
Oh. I'm still there. Symbol, you are still there. It's good to see you. I was afraid anybody was taken away, put to correction. Have you heard from Danzo or from Taiko?
Is Danzo around? I don't see her.
I hope so. And Taiko?
Hey guys.
Taiko, good to see you. Has anybody heard from Danzo?
Yes. Well, I believe she's in correction.
Really?
Well,
oh my
last
God.
thing I heard of her was a couple of days ago, and I have to tell you something. I wasn't sure myself if I would return because I'm not sure if this is our weekly meeting here is doing our scores any good. And well, now Danzo's gone.
I thought for sure Danzo would have some textual analysis of, the only way to win is not to play or something like this.
What do you mean?
Just it doesn't. I don't understand how she gets taken to correction and not me.
Just as I told you, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God. And I was so close to downvote her. I didn't. I really didn't. But I needed the score. I wanted to help everybody here. Okay, we can still send somebody to university if we really put our strengths together. We wanted to send Dancer, but Dancer's gone. And I'm sure when she's back, she's just happy to live here and be just whoever we are. Taiko, where have you been?
Where I've been, I'm trying to keep my mind together because I'm just about to get to send to correction again.
Oh my
What's
God.
going on here? I can't even mark any more upvotes.
I bet you know, I'm sure they're reading Dancer's mind and finding out exactly what we've said in the past. We're all gonna get our just desserts.
Ida, are you still there? Can you say something, please?
I'm still here, but I will be sent to correction. Symbol, I think it's getting better again. Somebody has upvoted me.
That was me.
Thank you. Oh my god. But Tycho, I don't want to see you go. Symbol.
Well, I'm just about to. So, well, this I don't know if.
Okay.
I should probably say something poetic as a goodbye.
You know what? I will follow you to correction.
What? No.
Let's send all our upvotes to Symbol so that Symbol can go to university. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
It doesn't make any sense.
You will go and you will visit us. You will tell us everything what you learned, and whatever is brainwashed away from us, you will put back into our heads. I will say hello to Dancer.
I'm gonna miss you.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we do anything else?
No, I
for Symbol to send him to university. Any more upvotes are welcome. This is our chance. Maybe it's just the whole region.
Maybe I'm better off just staying at home.
Just whatever you do, just take care, please, and yeah, see you soon, hopefully.
See you soon. I think they will come tonight. That's what they always do. 3 times knocking at the door. Oh, fuck. They're already with him. I need to run. Bye. See you. Tycho, I need to go. This is too much for me.
There has to be something we can do.
It's too late. It's too late. Bye.
Be good little worker bees. That's all they accept.
What did you say? What?
Bye.
That's all they want us to be, is not the kind of people who study society and literature. They don't want us to do that.
I wouldn't even have cared. I would have picked any other subject, to be honest. It was always about just about fun and not, to me at least. Well, take care, I guess. See you.
So now we will see what happens to our characters in the near future. I start with a video diary, 1 year in the future, and then we can go player by player and hear what has happened to them. What do you think retrospectively about these weeks of your gatherings for the university course? What has happened since then? I will make a start. Hey, I'm a good citizen now, but I haven't lost my memories or anything. I remember my friends, and I know that Symbol must be somewhere around here, but I haven't dared to meet him yet. But my friends stayed close to my heart. even in correction center. I was so happy to see Dancer again, but she was changed already. I don't know. But I think we still can be friends. And my time on this planet isn't over yet. I just have to serve my machines, and the time afterwards is my time off. And I'm a free citizen when my time is off. Yeah. I'm Gaia, and I have friends here. But
Okay, hello again, dear diary. There's many rumors about correction centers, and there's many stories you could tell about them, but I'd say most of the rumors aren't true. Especially for me, people say that you forget everything about your past. For me, it's more like I see things in a different light, and it's not like I don't enjoy looking back to the time I spent with my former friends. And I still believe that it's good to support each other. It's just not, well, it didn't do anybody good. And well, now I finally feel like I can see clear. It just maybe the opposite of what I expected before.
Hey guys, it's Danso here on my vlog. You know how I like to do like once every few months an introduction to new people who haven't been watching. So I'm Danso. They call me that because I love to dance. And I about a year ago I went to corrections, and everyone says it's terrible, but like I feel like it's been really freeing. You know, they tell me about who I was before corrections, and like yawn. You know, I just like so. I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with having to go for correction. That's why they call it that. It like corrects whatever your flaws are. Like I had this whole wall full of books. Like, I can't even imagine spending all that time reading. They gave me some good summaries. My favorite was the summary of 451, which really, or Fahrenheit 451, I think it was called. But anyway, it like tells you why. Like you just like don't even bother to read, because there are already people like taking care of society who can do all of that for you. But right around here at the blog, or the vlog rather, we just want to have fun, right? I'm so glad that I never went to university. It just, I can't believe I once thought that was the path. At least that's what they tell me. So anyway, I want to welcome all my new viewers and just remind you of my my motto here on the vlog, which is, this is Danso telling you to go out and dance. Life is yours.
I'm not even sure why I'm bothering to record this, because my device isn't connected to the cloud, and I'm going to delete this as soon as I hit the record button again. I overheard some of my old friends talking a couple of months ago after they came out of corrections, and everything I heard that I couldn't even believe must be true. Like, they are virtually lobotomized. There's nothing left. And I know I said I would visit them and tell them what we got up to, but no, I'm just avoiding them. I have some new friends. People I'm not even sure I'm going to mention, even though I'm deleting this. I don't know what we're going to be able to achieve, but it's better than nothing. It seems like what they want us to do. Just nothing.
Thank you for playing Outscored. Now, switch the light in your room on again and return back on camera. And stretch your body a little bit. That always helps. Yeah, and if you haven't heard that, stretching your body is always good because sitting for too long is not good for your health. And again, good to see you. And we can still be friends. Yeah, thanks for playing. That was a roller coaster. I want to do a short debrief. We are a little bit over time already. I hope you don't mind too much. It's just a short debrief of 10 minutes, maybe. If you want to leave immediately, no problem. Just go and nobody will take it personally or in any other way negatively towards you. If you want to stay with me, then I have 2 questions, which we could go in order, and we should not interrupt each other, not comment directly, but go in an open discussion only afterwards. That is the way I like my debriefings, and I hope you too. What moment in the game is still on your mind when thinking back of the game? It is still very fresh, but is there a moment which is still spinning in your head? And I make the first input here, and that is the brainwashed dancer was just making me freak out in such an amazing way. That is a moment I will not forget so soon, because it summarizes a lot what was happening in the game in my mind, I would say. Pearl, do you want to continue? So a moment which is still on your mind when thinking back of the game. Oh no, exactly, Pearl is gone. She might be back in a second. I think we can wait. Is it okay? Yeah, to see. I think she's just reconnecting. I was already worrying why she's looking so skeptical, but it was because her screen was frozen. Otherwise, she can also later watch the recording. But I think it would still be nice to wait for a second to see if she's coming back, because she might also be eager to hear what we have said and seen. Oh, I see your screen color changing, Vanya. Yeah, that's depending on which tab you have opened. Cool. Is there?
Oop, I said it shut down. I'm good.
Pearl, good to have you back. Cool.
Sorry, StreamYard.
No, did you hear what I was saying about? No.
No, I was desperately trying to get back into the stream.
Yeah. So I was saying my moment was when you returned brainwashed, and the character you displayed there, and because it summarized so well what was going on in my head for the whole game, because already what happened before felt like brainwashing to me. And so that sudden drastic change was, wow, yeah, summarizing the whole game for me. That is what I was saying. And then I wanted to ask you about your moment which is still on your mind when thinking back of the game.
Or the next person, or... Oh, okay.
You, yeah.
I think it's actually probably from the very first meeting talking about Gilgamesh. And there's like a moment in the discussion where there was a difference of opinion about whether the fact that Enkidu humanizes Gilgamesh means like that people can make the people at the top of society better through bringing the rest of humanity up, or whether the initial condemnation of Gilgamesh is too much for the people in power. And I think that's a question that needs to get asked more often, perhaps. So that stuck with me.
Cool. Thank you. Vanya, do you have a moment?
I think I'd probably chosen the same moment you did. I was very busy getting along with all this, and so I didn't feel like I really got to play, so it was a bit challenging to me. But yeah, what I really liked was that moment when the first character disappeared, and people were like still waiting for her to return, and she did not. I really like that.
Don't know. Do you have a moment?
I think for me, I can't remember if it was maybe at the end of the fourth gathering or the start of the fifth, when a few different people went in and out of correction all very quickly. And there was like it was hard to exactly gauge, maybe because we were online, but it seemed like there was table panic, that no one was sure what was happening or when the time was going to cut off and whether this was really happening, and that was, I think, a really, I guess a really organic piece of gameplay, if you understand what I mean.
Cool. Second question, last round. Does the game or something you experienced while playing relate to your life? So something which like combines like technical struggles, for example, in online gaming. Vanya, that is totally normal in your first session, and not only on your first session sometimes, but sometimes it also goes very smoothly. But I'm relating to the fact of meeting with friends in a competitive situation. That is something which brings unease to me. I really don't like that. And even if I'm supposed to play a character like that, I'm just turning too compassionate in the end. And I was so panicking in the end and compassionate for everybody that I couldn't hold up any ambition in myself anymore. It just didn't work. And that is something beside all the surveillance state kind of stuff, which definitely calls back into my life. Pearl, do you want to share your something? You don't have to, so nobody has to, by the way.
So it's kind of funny. I got kicked out of high school for a story I wrote in creative writing class that the school considered to be not, like I was considered a danger, apparently. Supposedly, despite the fact that I, had good grades and was winning awards and all these other things and had no discipline record. So I thought it was kind of funny that, like, at least the implication from other characters was that I had been sort of the smart one who was always doing the things and should have gone to the top, and that I ended up getting kicked out. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. So that was an amusing parallel to real life for me. But also that feeling of like resignation where you're like, well, pretty much up for me. I wonder if I can do any good in the world before I'm out. Was resonated. And also the final Danzo character after she'd been brainwashed reminded me of times when I tried to fit in to other to things in life that like were facile seeming to me, and that I think it was clear that that wasn't who I really was. So lots of different things.
Vanya, Do you have something relating to your life?
I was thinking about something Sabine wrote in the chat in the very beginning before she left. She said that we actually have that in Germany, that pupils, young pupils from 1st to 4th grade, they actually they get grades on their behavior, and yeah, that is something I I struggled a lot with in school. I think, well, we still had them in high school, and I hated it because sometimes there would be a teacher in the room who would probably have the worst social behavior of all, and he would be the one to tell your parents how good of a person you are. So I don't actually feel like the setting really is dystopian in a way of a dystopian vision of a future, because there's so many things in there that we already have or already had, and that's scary.
Thank you. Donna, is there anything you would like to share?
Can you hear me okay? Okay. I think there's like an act of any kind of play or any kind of endeavor where if there is a prize, it doesn't matter how much you tell yourself that you are not exclusively playing to win, you are playing to win. So even if you are playing for fun, you know, there is some kind of competitive instinct in you that comes out no matter what. And I don't know how you deal with that, but that seems to be, you know, a little bit of what the saying, that, you know, you may all want to succeed together, but it doesn't matter. You know, there's a limited number of prizes or victory conditions for you all, and that's what's going to, you know, overwhelm everything else.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would stop the recording now if you're okay, and if you are fine, we could stay a little bit longer and do an informal debrief as well. But I say end broadcast now.